There is no question that technology is playing a huge part in our everyday lives today, but the increasingly connected culture we live in is also having an impact on the world of industry. The new rise of new digital industry technology known as Industry 4.0 is a transformation that makes it possible to gather and analyze data across machines, enabling faster, more flexible and more efficient process to produce higher quality goods at reduced cost. I take this privilege to welcome you all for my presentation for Industry 4.0, the name given to the growing combination of traditional manufacture and industrial platform and practices with the latest smart technology. Good morning everyone. I am Arpita Patel, studying 4th Sem MBA PS Institute of Technology and Management, Shimoga, Karnataka State. Today I am here present my project title Industry Readiness for Retail in the Age of Fourth Industry Revolution and Conceptual Framework under the guidance Dr. D.M. Arvind Malik, Assistant Professor at Department of MBA, PS Institute of Technology and Management, Shimoga. Introduction. In the past few decades, a fourth industry revolution has emerged known as Industry 4.0, takes the emphasis on digital technology from recent decades to a whole new level with the help of interconnectivity through the Internet of Things (IoT), access to real-time data, and the introduction of a cyber-physical system. Industry 4.0 have machines which are augmented with wireless connectivity and sensor connected to a system that can visualize the entire production line and make decisions on its own. Now let's get into next slide. Why retail? Retail 4.0 has led to the creation of more efficient and productivity business practices with the help of advanced technology, updating existing system to integrate new technology, generating analytics to understand the changing industry trends as well as the organization performance in the market. Since 2014, the retail industry sales have been rising at a steady rate. In October 2018, alone the retail industry sales were recorded to be around $451.06 billion. One of the factors responsible for the steady growth of the retail sector is the rise of digitalization and modern technology which lead to the birth of Retail 4.0. Modern technology have shifted the retail sector with several advancements. Hence, the retail sector is going through a revolution as lead to the creation of Retail 4.0. Key technologies: Internet of Things (IoT), the interconnectivity of device via the internet allowing real-time communication to initiate physical system, essentially creating small retail ecosystem. Big data and analytics. Using IoT, all devices will collect a colossal amount of data which retail can use to inform and streamline all forces. Robotic and automation. While robots already have a place in a supply chain, Industry 4.0 could involve a complete overhaul of retail, replacing human administrative roles and freeing up staff for customer-centric work. Next slide, literature review. To the literature review, I shall engage only two main authors. Salah Alu 2019. In this article about Industry 4.0 is a construct industry challenges and opportunity for stakeholders, stated that the pattern of digitalization, mechanization and the expanded utilization of information and communication technology. Alejandro German Frank 2019. In this article about Industry 4.0 technology implementation patterns in manufacturing companies, stated that Industry 4.0 has been viewed as another mechanical stage wherein a few rising advancement and meeting to give computerized arrangement. Next slide, research methodology, statement of the problem. Considering the overall development phase of Industry 4.0, this examination need to fill in an absence of data and dynamic attempting to address an inquiry concerning the degree of redressing and retailing industry in regard to the usage of new innovation. Need of the study. Big players are already using cost-effective alternatives for traditional method. Business are now focusing on creating seamlessly integrated and data-driven business model. Such business model prioritize end-to-end transparency and communication to fulfill consumer demand and manage inventories. This study will provide insight and information for retail about the organized retail management and its importance in retail business. Objective of the study: proposed conceptual framework for the readiness for retail in the age of fourth industry revolution. Next slide. Suggested model. Post referring literature review, we have designed a conceptual framework by the name of SAAP model, which is explained in figure number 1, which include independent and mediating variable driven dependent variable from the suggested model, which has been explained in the below SAAP model. Left side, independent variable. HR role is mediating variable and final output of my project is dependent variable. Let us explain what comes under independent variable. Employee perception. The employee perception of Industry 4.0 on retail is worker. It's a great opportunity to plan representative to hold on to new innovation as a change as opposed to see it as risk, which include robotic, IoT, cloud computing, virtual reality and augmented reality. Industry 4.0 drivers. Drivers, we have an alternative suggested, that is customer requirement to reduce cost to improve time to market, changing the retail environment. Barriers. Barriers, we have an alternative stages, that is lack of standard. Industry 4.0 create new business to few human resources, lack of knowledge about Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 factors. To conceptual framework of Industry 4.0, maturity is a measurement of the ability of an organization for continuous improvement in a particular discipline. Higher the maturity will be changes, the incident or errors will lead to improvement either in the quality or in the use of resources of the discipline as implemented by the organization. Mediating variable. Role of HR. In the HR research assume fundamental job in association on the ground that a reasonable methodology of HR practices to build the ingenuity and long series of work. It is significant for association to improve the procedure preparing is significant in HR. Researcher 4.0 of the fact the few absolute position it will be supplement by machines and robotics. They include high innovation where retaining programs are reduced in HR. We have an alternative stages, that is HR people must be able to identify skill. HR must become more digital focused. HR must consider how they network and interact. Dependent variable. Industry readiness. This model has been conceptual in discussion with my guide and we given name SAAP model. Dependent variable. Industry readiness. The innovation is a large scope is not only for retail to emerge a big frontier, and I believe every sector and every industry need to adopt the innovation at a very fast pace to lead the competition. Retail 4.0 has led to the creation of more efficient and productivity business practices with the help of advanced technology, updating existing system to integrate new technology, generating analytics to understand the changing industry trends as well as the organization performance in the market. Now let us get into next slide, conclusion. Enhanced communication platform have created a more connected landscape across the board. Thus the retail industry will witness a radical shift in the work culture with the help of Retail 4.0, giving rise to innovative business model. Therefore, the possibility for Retail 4.0 are endless. Hence, retail organization need to stay updated about new technology and business practices and adopt a holistic approach for Retail 4.0. Reference. Thank you one and all.